Hey guys, I told you I'd be back, and this time it's with a DIY Valentine's Day gift for a significant other, a best friend, daughter, mother, sister, it doesn't matter who it is. It is a simple but fun gift. Have you ever wanted to buy your significant other or mother, sister, daughter, whomever, flowers for Valentine's Day, just as a gift to say that I love you, I was thinking about you today, or an anniversary, a birthday? Today's actually my oldest daughter's 9th birthday, and I guarantee you, if I was to let her have makeup, I don't yet, that she would be absolutely in awe of this gift. It is a DIY bouquet of makeup brushes shaped like roses. And it is by far the cutest idea I've ever had. And this kind of came along accidentally. You see, my husband asked me what I wanted for our anniversary / Valentine's Day. We met on Valentine's Day of 2011. Okay, so we kind of celebrate that day, the day all of our relationship began. Not so much Valentine's Day. Like, I'm a very sentimental person, and I'd rather celebrate the day we met, where it all began for us, than Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day is a man-made holiday, and it's just not... It really isn't a holiday about love, honestly. It's not. So I decided to talk to my husband about this because he had asked what I wanted. And I said, well, honestly, babe, I don't ever really want flowers for our anniversary. Or I don't expect flowers because, one, cut flowers, they just die. They might last a week or two, then they die. So you end up with either dried flowers, or you just throw them out. Now, I have kept most of the roses my husband has given me over the last couple years, almost 5. So I've kept most of them, all but one. But then again, he doesn't make it a point to buy flowers for every holiday or stuff like that. He doesn't buy flowers to apologize for anything he's done wrong, because he's never really in the doghouse, per se. But, so, yeah. But I was like, I'd rather have a dozen makeup brushes that look like roses. They're useful, and they'd be cute to begin with. So that's how this DIY idea came along. And I have been waiting to do this video for about 2 weeks now. Now, you don't have to use just makeup brushes. I suggest makeup brushes because, for one reason only, the makeup brushes I have are metal. The ferrule of every brush is metal, or it should be if it's a good brush. So, this is why I chose to use makeup brushes. I used double-sided permanent stick tape. Okay, double-sided tape, that's permanent. And if you put it on the ferrule of the brush, it will stay, but it doesn't get stuck permanently. You can peel it off. If there's any residue left behind, you can use alcohol to clean the ferrule of the brush, which is why I chose to use that. Now, if you really wanted to, you could use things like eyeliner. You can get eyeliners in every shade, every color. You could have more than 12. This is just a cheap NYC New York color brow / eyeliner pencil. These come sealed, so technically you could use something like this. They have a plastic seal on them that runs pretty much the length of the brush. So you could, in reality, use an eyeliner pencil for the stem of your rose. So if you really want to see how this is done, stick around and keep watching. Thanks again, and please don't forget to subscribe, because there are more videos to come in January and throughout the rest of 2016, because I am finally ready to come back and make YouTube a priority in my life, and I'm just so excited for what 2016 has in store for me and my family, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the tutorial. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. This is how to make a bouquet of makeup brush roses. You're going to need at least a makeup brush. You could do more than one, of course. I suggest more than one. You can get a set of brushes for an affordable price. These right here, this right here is Coastal Scents. Real Techniques has some good brushes. I'm using this brush to curl the edges of my flowers. You'll need scissors. These are my kitchen scissors. Double-sided tape. Mine's permanent, but I'll show you a trick that works pretty well. And some clear elastic hair ties. And, of course, tissue paper. I chose to use red. It comes in 6 sheets, and they're 20 by 2 feet something. And I will tell you exactly what we're going to do from here on out. You'll need 3 strips of paper, all 20 inches long. Okay, I already cut mine. So 3 strips of paper, 20 inches long. We have one that's roughly 2.5 inches, 3 inches, and 3.5 inches. I did not measure these, I just went ahead and eyeballed it because it works just as well. We're just going to fold and cut these. And each strip is going to be folded the same basic way, but each strip is going to be folded a little bit wider. So, let's get started. I'd say about 1 inch-ish, 1.5 inches in, you'll fold, and you'll just continue to fold like this until you get to the end of the strip of paper. This has been folded up in different directions, so I'm struggling a little bit folding this one. So we'll just fold it. And it's okay if we have a little left over, I'll just go ahead and cut it off. It's not a big deal. It's not even. So that's the first one. That's the inner layers. We're going to fold the next strip just a little bit wider than the last. Just keep folding. Okay. Until you get to the end. Now remember, we're going to cut these down into petals. So if there's a little left over, or if there's no left over, we're good. So that's row 2. And now the third and final outside edge, we're going to go ahead and fold. Move these two. I already have my double stick tape in the corner of my box. So just fold it a little bit wider than the last one. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be regardless. So I'm just going to keep folding. Alright, so that's row 3. So they're just a little bit wider than the last. Okay, now it's time to cut. With the open side facing to my right, I'm right-handed. We're going to cut in about 1/2 inch up and about 1/2 inch over and make that cut all the way through all the pieces of paper. Alright, next we're going to get our scissors back in there, pivot, and we're going to curve up and around, and then come back in and make a point. Now, you can trim these. I'm going to trim mine a little bit. Okay. Put the trash to the side. When you open them up, it's going to look like this. the whole strip is going out just the same. Now you might get a half petal at the end on some of these, but that's okay. You can either cut it off or you can just go with it. And we're going to just go with it. So I'm going to set these aside. And again, open side to facing my right. Half inch up-ish, half inch in-ish. It's not science, so just go with it. We're going to curve around the edge. Okay, put that aside. It'll look just like the first one. Same with number 3. Half inch in-ish, half inch up, pivot, okay. So, all 3 rows will look the same, just larger petals for each one. Again, this one has a half petal, but that's okay, we're still going to work with it. Alright, put that aside. I'm going to pull out 3 clear elastic bands. Alright, so you take a makeup brush. You take the tape that's supposed to be permanent double stick tape, and just make it less tacky between your fingers by getting your oily fingers all over it. This will prevent it from sticking completely. Alright, and we're just going to place it right on the ferrule of the brush towards the bristles. Alright, so row 1. I am right-handed, so we're just going to go ahead and do this like this. My petals are to my left, my right hand is holding the brush, and we're going to lay the edge of the tape right on the very edge of the tape. The petal on the tape. I think I made it too oily, so we'll work with it. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and wrap the petals around the brush. Now you'll understand when I say you may have to loosen some of your petals to make this work, or you may have to tighten them. Once you start doing this, you'll understand. So we're just going to continue to wrap. This around. My children, I'm sorry if you can hear them, they're home from school. I let them stay home today because it's my daughter's birthday. Okay. Just kind of twist it around. Now the center of a rose is usually pretty tight, so you may have to loosen or tighten it up just a little bit as you continue to go around the rose. I'm going to loosen it up a little bit so I can kind of curl these out later. Some of them. As you can see, some of these petals are just going to kind of curl out on their own. I'm just going to leave it like that. Honestly, you could straighten them out, but I'm going to leave them. That way it will be easier later on to fluff them up and make it look more realistic. So I'm just pinching the bottom of the petals, and I'm triple wrapping the clear elastic along the base of the brush. And then I'm going to grab it, all 3 of them, and stick my fingers in there, slide it up the brush, which is kind of tricky, one-handed. Okay, now, just gonna keep wiggling it up the brush until I can get it over all of the petals as evenly as possible, which is a lot harder than it looks. So, there we go. That's row 1. Alright, now, row 2. Oh look, all of my petals have 1/2 petal. Okay, now where this gap is, right here, we're going to go ahead and place the 1/2 petal in front of it. And we're going to just continue to wrap the petals around the brush. You may have to shift them down a little bit or up a little bit, all depending upon how tight or loose you're wrapping them and how you want your petals to be placed. This is what's so great about being crafty and art is subjective to the person that's doing it. And now we're just going to continue to wrap these petals. I'm just going to kind of fluff some of them out while I'm wrapping. Now, I am not very crafty per se. This was just a total aha moment, I guess you could say, while talking to my husband. So, I've only done this a half a dozen times trying to do this tutorial. Okay. So now I have layer 2 on. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and fluff out some of these edges. Now I'm going to take this elastic band and triple it again. Now I'm going to try and grab hold of all 3 again and slide it back up the brush. I will tell you that wrapping it twice makes it so much easier, but it doesn't hold the petals as well. Trying not to lose the petals, we'll just go ahead and do a 2 wrap. Damn. These things are tough to get up the brushes. Alright, there we go. So, kind of fluff some of these out while you're standing here, while you're working on it. Just be careful when you go to wrap around them with the next layer. I guess you don't crush them. Okay, so we're going to put the elastic band on before I start, and then we're just going to go ahead and start with the half where there's a gap. The half petal and wrap. Now these will flare out a little more as you wrap, of course. Twisted. probably the worst layer to wrap, in my opinion, is the third. Because it wants to be so stubborn. As you can see, the rose is starting to take shape as you work it all around and add all these extra layers in and fluff it and all that jazz. Now, I already have the elastic on the bottom of this brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide it up to secure it in place. And now, all we're really going to do is we're going to take this brush and just roll the edges to make them look a little more realistic. Please excuse my cleavage. So, roll the edges of your flower with the brush handle. This will work better if you have like a styrofoam ball to place them in, standing upright, to help you with the curling process. That way you're not laying it down on something and flattening what you just curled. Of course, mine doesn't want to curl right now. So you just continue to curl the flower petals however you want to curl them, and you just continue to do this throughout the entire bouquet. So yeah, that is my tutorial for making a makeup brush rose. So go ahead and give your loved one a beautiful set of brushes that look like a dozen roses for Valentine's Day or an anniversary or birthday, or just because. This shows that you put a lot of thought into something and that you made something special and what's inside is useful. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful Valentine's Day, anniversary, birthday, or whatever holiday or reason you are giving these to someone. Again, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.